The man was suddenly jolted awake by a deafening noise. He discovered his $300 million yacht was rapidly filling with seawater. He scrambled out of the cabin to assess the situation, but the moment he poked his head out, he was stunned by what he saw. A massive shipping container was floating on the water's surface and had crashed into his yacht. Seeing the hull already starting to tilt, the man quickly lowered the sails to slow the boat down and prevent more water from flooding the cabin. Then he grabbed a metal rod and wedged it between the yacht and the container, trying to pry the container loose. But he'd underestimated how heavy it was. The rod was completely bent, yet the container remained stuck against the boat. Realizing this approach wasn't working, he started thinking of another solution. That's when he suddenly noticed a small hole on the side of the container. He rushed back to the tool room and grabbed a backpack from the cabinet. He threaded a rope through the hole and tied a knot, then secured the other end to a metal clip. After making sure everything was secure, he tossed the backpack into the ocean. Under the force of gravity, the container finally broke free from the yacht, but the man had no time to celebrate. He returned to the helm and turned the boat around, raising the sails and using the wind to rotate the vessel so the damaged section rose above the waterline, stopping water from pouring in. Watching the container drift farther away, the man finally breathed a sigh of relief. But disaster struck again soon enough. A violent storm hammered his yacht, and seawater quickly flooded the interior. Left with no choice, the man temporarily abandoned the yacht and took shelter in a life raft, waiting for the storm to pass. After a night, the storm finally subsided. However, when the man returned to the cabin, what he saw completely crushed his spirits. Seawater had completely flooded the cabin. There was no hope of salvaging it. The man had no choice but to abandon his $300 million yacht. He scavenged canned goods from the cabinet to gather whatever survival resources he could. Back on the life raft, he pulled out a sextant to measure the angle. After some calculations, he realized he was drifting with the ocean current and would soon reach an international shipping lane. When that happened, if a ship passed by, he might be saved. At dusk, he was suddenly awakened by a loud noise. He immediately looked up and spotted a cargo ship passing by. He quickly found a flare and fired it into the sky to make sure someone saw it. The red glow from the flare lit up the dark sky, but the cargo ship continued sailing away from him. Watching the vessel disappear into the distance, the man's hope faded. If you want to see part 2, please like, comment, and follow my channel.